kuti nyika isiwe vanhu vangu inguva yedu hatingachatsi kubudirira Mwari ari parutivi pedu rambai muchirwa
My hitters don't die, and real hitters gon' shine, and my people gon' rise. Cause we're born to win, yeah. I ain't saying
How the hell do I not have a deal? I swear this thing is a real dog. I play it fan off, the cowards so they can't feel. The wife try to console me like it's coming, baby, chill. She don't understand. I'm the only one that's real. I remember the third grade. Them kids, they had waves. I had them BDBs. You know that Zimbabwe ain't great. So they do shade till your boy hit the stage. Press play and all the chicks was like, yeah. While boys was moving bricks, I was moving chips. If she gave me calculus, gave her a mouthful of it. Heat rose to this thing, boy, I bet on myself.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to welcome you to a wonder-filled Wednesday. I'm excited because, of course, you know we've been on the ground here at Converge, and so I love being able to take the time to really highlight some of the fantastic events and work that's happening out there in the community. So we're going to be talking about some phenomenal things that took place right here in Seattle that we get to highlight today. But of course, it is the top of the show. So it's a great time for you to participate with us. Go ahead and tag and share the stream with folks who you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on the Day with Trae. If you can't watch us, don't worry. Don't even worry about it. We got you covered because you can listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. You'll find me on Google, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Music. Literally, whichever platform is your favorite, go ahead, search for us. You'll find us there. Well, I'm excited because, this one right here holds a special candle in my heart. And it's because I have known the coach of these phenomenal dancers for many, many years. And it's one of those things where when you are someone that is from here in the state of Washington, and especially in Seattle, and even more so Black Seattle, it is almost inevitable that somehow you knew somebody, grew up with somebody, grew up with their cousin. There's always this small degree of separation. And so I'm excited because anytime I get to showcase the work of Coach Giggs, or Coach T, as some of you may know, or Tyrone, as some of you may know, when I get to showcase his work with a phenomenal Cutting Up dance team, it's always a good time. Take a look at the massacre.
Okay, you guys, we are at an amazing event today, and obviously I wasn't able to be a part of it in high school, but for those that weren't here today,
okay.
Coach T,
what's up?
What went down?
Man, so today was Cutting Up Massacre 2023. We did our first massacre in 2010, and so, what's that, 13 years later?
Yeah.
13 years later, we are still here, we are still selling our shows, and I'm just beyond grateful.
Cutting Up Massacre. Tell us how you ended up creating this event. How did it come about?
I was recording myself and then posting them to YouTube and making Cutting Up learn them because I had moved to LA to pursue my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So one time we had a show and I named it Cutting Up Massacre because I named all my pieces, what they are. And after that, I don't know, it just grew legs, so it turned from a performance to a whole production. I wanted my community to meet the outside dance world because, growing up Black, you don't think that dance is a career all the time. You don't think dance is more than, oh, that's just that little thing. But for me, it was my saving grace, and I wanted my community of parents to know and understand that so they can continue to pour into their children.
It's a space as like a choreographer as well as a dancer to get re-inspired, because sometimes what happens for me is I kind of, once I get in kind of a set of moves, I kind of stay in there, and it's refreshing to see other people, to see how they hear songs, what those beats mean to them. It's awesome, and seeing people so I started dancing on Cutting Up when I was in 8th grade, and now I am 25. So seeing people, same thing, who I knew since they were 10, are now 16 and cutting up. So, it's awesome, yeah.
What would you say An event like this, how does this impact our youth? Why is this so important for them?
I think it's so important because our youth gets a chance to see their choreographers be on stage. Not just tell you what to do, but show you that we do it too. So what we're telling you, it's not just, for you to hear it. No, we mean it. We gotta do it for ourselves. I think it's also important because the youth get to see their peers. So when I was in high school, we didn't really have a dance team. I just had my friend from high school next to me saying, I didn't even know you really dance for real, So here it gives them a chance to really see your peers who are not in the dancing, that they are talented, and that may inspire them to be like, dang, let me find out, I want to dance too. I didn't even know you did all that, so.
It gives them a moment to see it and be like, maybe I can do it too.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to just do what your school does, you can do something outside of school too, yeah.
If you like seeing Black people be joyful and living their life, come to the show. If you like seeing kids have a good time and smile, come to the show. If you love seeing people in costumes, come to the show. Cutting Up has been a part of Seattle for 20 years, I think?
Yeah.
And so there's no reason why you should not come and support the kids doing what they love to do. Pure Pimp, and also it's a good time. It's family, we're all laughing and kicking it, just come and enjoy yourself.
All right, you guys, today was a really, really dope day. As I've literally told you all over the years, and for some of you over the months, I was on Cutting Up when I was in high school. So to be able to come to the massacre, which I honestly ended up missing last year, and I was so sad about it, and I told everyone, I'm not missing it this year, and I'm so happy that I didn't. To be able to see all of the different teams from across our city get on the stage, dance, perform, the precision, the practice, and trust me, I was on Cutting Up, so I know what kind of practice goes into some of these performances. It was so beautiful and so uplifting to see. These kids are working their what's off to make sure they can put on a performance, but also express themselves. There's something about dance that when you finally relax, you are just really able to just be yourself. You're able to kind of let loose a little bit. And when you finally let loose, that is when you are at some of your peakest moments. If that's even a word. You know what? It's gonna be right about now. Anywho, if you did not make it to this year's massacre, I hope that you make it next year because I had an amazing time and I definitely don't want for you to miss out again.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Besa, our very own Besa Gordon, for covering that phenomenal event, and to all of the choreographers. I particularly appreciate hearing how this is an opportunity where the dancers get to see the choreographers on stage doing it as well. And it's inspiring, y'all, because honestly, dance is such a phenomenal part of culture in general. No matter what kind of dance, at the end of the day, having a space and having an entity like Cutting Up where these young folks can find themselves in the world of dance where they can learn. It just is inspiring. And of course, I started thinking about TAP, Connection, Northwest, and all the things that they have done. Just the fact that we have some phenomenal entities right here in our community to keep the doors open for young folks to express their creativity through dance is so key. And I just also love how the massacre has grown over all of these years. Understanding now it is a full-on production with themes and everything. It's really been so great to see it grow. So shout out to all the choreographers and everyone who was in the making of making this happen for all of us to be able to attend. And I agree with Besa. If you didn't make it this year, you need to get there next year. It's just a great time to celebrate young folks who are really finding themselves in the world of dance. After this break, y'all, we're going to come back with another amazing segment of some work that was being done in community to bring some different kind of healing to all of y'all out there. Stay tuned, y'all. You don't want to miss it. You're watching The Day with Trae.
My mind a lot, don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You seem like the barging down, got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch, might wake the neighbors up. Break your head, then break you out. In the end, we gon' make the child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part 2, we don't need no pause. Misty, we gon' get tipsy, don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that. Copy my steel. Face the fact that.
A world of wonder awaits at Pacific Northwest Ballet's The Nutcracker. Treat your loved ones to the Northwest's favorite holiday tradition at Seattle Center's McCall Hall. Visit pnb.org.
Habari Gani. My name is Noni Irvin, and I am the creator and founder of Kanara Park Kids, as well as the president of our sister nonprofit, Black for Charities, a 501c3 fiscally sponsored by Shunpike. Together, we are hosting the Kwanzaa Awards because it is important that we acknowledge and recognize the contributions and efforts of individuals and organizations who are showing us what the Kwanzaa principles look like throughout the year. The nomination window is open October 1st to November 30th, and yes, you can submit more than one nomination. Eligibility is simple. Individual award recipients must identify as Black, African American, or Pan-African, and organization award recipients must be 100% Black owned if for-profit or 100% Black led if nonprofit.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. And, this is all about the upliftment of the great things that are going on in our community. Before the break, we got to see the massacre put on by Cutting Up, and our very own Basic Gordon covering that because it's so important for us to be out here in community. And there was another amazing event that I wanted to make sure we highlight today over there at A Space Inside. Shout out to those who are running that space. We appreciate y'all for having this space open, but they were doing something very special. Sierra was giving healing through sound bath. Y'all check it out.
Hi, I'm Sierra Jones, the Black Spiritualist, and this is the Sound Baths at Inside. I call upon my angels, masters, guides, ascended masters, and ancestors. And I ask that they join us today in this healing. I call upon the same for those in this room to join us in this healing. Today we're going to be doing some sound healing. So I have some crystal sound bowls that we're going to be playing, and I'm going to be leading folks through a guided meditation, and it's going to have a little bit of Reiki infused, and going to be hopefully healing some people. I am certified as a sound healer. I am also a Reiki master teacher, and I have 9 certifications in neurolinguistics, which is kind of like hypnotherapy and how our mind perceives language. And so I got into this through my own healing journey, and with that I wanted to create a space where folks can come and explore parts of themselves and heal in a collective as well. What it does is it takes you into a theta state, which is the state in which our body heals, and when our healing mechanisms kick in, and when we're in almost like a meditative state. When you're in that theta state, it's during right before you fall asleep and stuff. And so some folks will drift off into sleep land but still receive that healing. And some folks are wide awake and buzzing the whole time with the energy. People of color really need this, and we experience so much trauma and so much in our lives that we don't address it, and nor were we taught the tools on how to heal our energy bodies. Our physical body is one layer of many layers. So what we tend to forget is that we are physical beings, but we're made of energy. At the smallest level of who we are, we're made of energy, and our cells respond to vibrational frequencies. So when you think about when you are happy and you're in alignment and you're whatever, your energy and your frequency is going to be good and high. And when you're down and you're sad or angry or whatever, your frequencies are going to be lower. And so these bowls are higher vibrational frequencies that can go in and kind of break up energetic blockages within your bodies. Or let's say you just got in an argument and you didn't deal with it, or you didn't release that energy, that can create a block within your body. And what sound bowls can do is break up those energetic blocks on a frequency level. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. Check us out on Instagram at A Space Inside, where you can sign up to experience one of these yourselves.
Yes. Already just through that segment there and listening to the sound, Sierra is so right about it rising and raising your ability to connect. Because I was just explaining that when I had a sound bath, it was clear that there were certain elements of where the waters in my body were reacting to the sound. So raising our vibrational understanding internally does something to the body and the mind that is so healing. If you've never had a sound bath, y'all, this is real. This is a real thing. And I want to remind you, a lot of the things that we're seeing right now, they're ancient techniques. Our ancestors been known about sound baths, doing it. This is not something that is brand new. Again, nothing new under the sun. Shout out to Sierra Jones for putting this event together and always curating amazing events at A Space Inside. Make sure you do follow them because they always have something phenomenal going on. As I was sharing just this past weekend, because I got to be in the know a little bit, go outside. They had an open mic night hosted by our very own Deontay Damper. And so they're always doing something to bring some amazing type of event to that space. If you have not been there, it's right downtown and it's definitely worth a shot for you to check out some of the great things they have going on. Well, after this break, y'all, I'm going to wrap up all of this phenomenal nature of work going on in our community. Right after this, you're watching The Day with Trae.
Kick off the holidays with Irving Berlin's White Christmas at the Fifth Avenue Theater. Music, dancing, and a real snowfall at every performance. Buy tickets now for the whole family. White Christmas at fifthavenue.org.
Prosperity in Black America. What will this require? Is Black business prospering? Are we reaching women and minority-owned businesses? How do we achieve earning parity for wealth for our families? Do our children really have access to education? Will our families have choices for our children? Prison pipelines, mass incarceration, tearing our families apart. A healthcare system not accessible to the masses. The disproportionate termination of Black women from corporate America. When will we actually begin to address what's really at play? How do Black people gain more power to help make these changes? This requires a lot of political will and courage. I'm that provocateur of change. I am Cindy Bright. Welcome to Heartbeat.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. What a great episode to just dive in a little bit about some of the amazing events that are taking place in our community. And I love doing this, and y'all going to see more of this. And you know why? It's because not only are our production crews working like crazy to cover all of these fantastic events, but it's also really because it is another showcasing of all the great works that are going on when you decide to step outside, when you decide to participate in your community, be a part of what's going on, learn something, go meet a new business, go patron a new event or a new service or a new service provider. Like when you tap in, there are things to tap into. And that's really what I want to be able to showcase as well. Shout out to Besa, because Back to Besa is doing it in a big way. And I'm so grateful that we are on this team where we can really encourage y'all through all of these amazing productions to do your part. Be inspired, get out there, learn something, connect with someone, especially now during this holiday season. It is the time to be out there connecting, not just shopping, but really making some firm and sustainable connections. So I'm encouraging you to make your connections today. That's another way that you get to see yourself as a part of the solution. And for me, until tomorrow, y'all, at 11 a.m. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.